Om Shanti. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Welcome to another Yoga Small Talk, and we continue with 7 minutes Bhagavad Gita a day. So we are the second half of the conclusion of the teachings on the practice of Karma Yoga, which Lord Krishna is giving Arjuna in chapter 2 of the Bhagavad Gita, and of course through Arjuna to all of us. And through these teachings we can see that the best way to act in this world is to follow Dharma, to follow the purpose of our birth and the rules and the observations of righteousness, and to act in a way that supports the entire society, that sustains it. This is Dharma, that which sustains. And as we become a properly functioning part of a sustainable society, everybody is sustained, everybody is happier, and of course from the highest yoga's perspective, we are purifying our mind, we are reducing our attachment to selfishness, to ego, to I-ness, to minus, to delusion, to all those things that are bringing us a lot of anguish, and prepare the mind for the practice of Jnana Yoga, the highest wisdom. So, we saw the first part of the summary of this practice in the previous talk, and now we will see the second part. 53. When thy intellect, which is perplexed by the Veda text, which thou hast read, shall stand immovable and steady in the self, then thou shalt attain self-realization. So see how beautiful it is. He's starting with Karma Yoga and telling already, you shall attain self-realization. You will reach the highest. Have no doubt about it. But in order to do that, you need to get over your doubts and confusion. Swami Shivananda explains to us in the commentary, when your intellect, which is tossed about by the conflict of opinion regarding Pravritti Marga, the path of action, and Nivritti Marga, the path of retirement or renunciation, has become immovable without distraction, and doubt, and firmly established in the self, then thou shalt attain self-realization or knowledge of the self, Atmanyana. So this is really bringing us the full circle. Practice Karma Yoga. Purify, transcend this mire of delusion. As your mind clears up, also your doubts will start to clear, because we hear so much what we need to do, what we don't need to do. We are hearing people advertising to us all the time, materialism, materialism, materialism. Go after your selfish gain. There is nothing beyond this. And this will repeat again and again and again and again in the Bhagavad Gita, because this is something that we are exposed to all the time, the materialistic paradigm. Work for your selfish needs. Take care of your selfish needs. And we confuse this with the yoga of action. The yoga of action is the yoga of selfless action, of selfless service, of following Dharma and offering the fruit to God. And we discussed this extensively. And then Arjuna, because he is confusing the action with selfish action, he says, I don't want this at all. I'll renounce. And Lord Krishna is telling him, you do not understand what renunciation is. And this is why you are so confused and delusioned. So when your intellect crosses beyond all this, you go beyond the confusion, beyond all those things that you are hearing and not hearing all the time, and you just have faith in the teachings that are given to you. You steadily follow your dharma selflessly for the well-being of all, growing in bhakti, in devotion, offering the fruit to God, and understanding that you are just taking care of your part in creation. Your doubts will be removed. And it's not just your doubts will be removed and you will be able to do what you need to do. In the process, you will purify more and more and be ready for highest knowledge, and you'll gain self-realization, which is the highest benefit, the highest end of all. And through that, you will attain eternal bliss and complete transcendence of all that is keeping us miserable under the illusion of mortality, etc. So this is like wrapping up the entire teaching. So you are deluded. What you are so worried about is just the outcome of delusion. And when you practice this yoga that I am telling you, karma yoga, you practice it sincerely. You offer the fruits to me. And you grow more and more and more and more in purity. Then you can reach the highest good and your anguish will be gone. And through Arjuna, Lord Krishna is telling to us as well, don't just let go of things you need to do because they are not comfortable. You have your dharma, you need to follow it. You have your duties, you need to follow it. Act in accordance with your dharma. Be a good service of good service to society at large. Support the entire society. Fulfill your part in creation. Your mind will clarify, will purify. Knowledge will grow in you more and more and more and more, and you will see that anguish will go away on its own. You will grow fearless and resolved and will be able to focus and will prepare yourself for the highest good. So this is the conclusion of this teaching, and now Arjuna still has questions. What they are, we will see in the next talk. Om Shanti.